All right.
Let's do this.
Stepped in a puddle. Not a good start. No, I don't need to change my shoes yet.
Passports and access card. .23 a.m. and we are up and at 'em, ready to head to camp. It's a 14 and a half hour, 15-hour drive. Gonna probably take us 16 because we only drive 3-hour segments. Switch drivers, fuel up because we're stopped. Give the legs a rest. But
I'm gonna let Sam drive first this time. Usually I'm the morning driver. Hopefully he stays awake.
yeah,
Good luck.
we'll see you at the first stop.
What's a road trip if we don't have some coffee? Oh, so sad. No 24-hour Tims here. Oh well. Looks like we're gonna have to hit the Starbucks when we get to the first rest stop in 3 hours. Yeah, we have to worry this morning about it being too busy.
We're in the USA.
Are we officially there, or is it
We crossed the flags, yeah.
maybe? Okay. That was right
We're just
here.
not accepted yet.
There's a rule about filming at
Yeah,
the actual border, so I'll have to shut it off when we get to the...
I've seen other
booth.
people do it, but I don't think you're supposed to.
No. Okay, clothes are down. We just went through the border and they asked a lot of questions. That's their job. Asked if we had fruit with us, firearms, alcohol, tobacco, you know, the usual, and what was in the back of the truck. So yeah, it was pretty easy, probably about 5 minutes at the border, no real issues. So we are on the road, ready to go. All right, here we are, first stop on the trip. It's 5:40. How you doing?
Good.
I'm not going on camera. I can't imagine what I look like right now.
You
I-
didn't just wake up.
I had an eye mask on and had my pillow up front, curled into a little ball. Yeah, I think I got a little bit of sleep on my leg there, but I don't know. Gotta wake up now, get some coffee.
Yeah, other than the Starbucks, I like this rest stop because it's always empty. Here we are. Welcome to Massachusetts. Welcome to Massachusetts, sorry. And here we are, entering our third state today and coming into New Hampshire. Don't blink, we won't be in New Hampshire for very long.
Welcome to New Hampshire.
Maybe somebody more familiar with New Hampshire can let us know what's with the giant liquor stores that have seemingly their own exit off the highway and selling lottery tickets. They must be really cheap here or something.
It's kind of funny to see a store that's a liquor store right off the highway.
Yeah, and it's a very giant store, well marked off the highway. And just like that, after about a 15-minute drive, welcome to Maine.
Welcome to Maine.
We're at stop number 3, somewhere in Maine. I'm not quite sure where. Doing a fuel up right now. Doing a quick bathroom break, and we're getting back on the road. It's Sam's turn to drive, so I can sit back, relax, maybe have a little nap or something, and do some filming along the way.
All right, we're gonna try an audio test with the mics on. Say something.
Say something.
Say something.
Say something.
Right now, we're just gonna answer a couple questions that we get about our cabin. And first question: why travel through the U.S. instead of Canada?
Well, we didn't start out that way. Originally, we were traveling through Canada, and it's longer to go through Canada. That's one thing to note. Secondly, we really dislike going through Toronto and Montreal. The traffic is absolutely insane to go through there. I refuse to drive through the Montreal area. So for sure, that was a real decision for us to switch and go through the U.S. And thirdly, the border is literally 15 minutes from our home. So it's so easy for us to hop over. And the thing that was sort of stopping us doing it from the very beginning was just that Sam had some issues with his Nexus that got cleared up, and we are able to cross without any issues. So that's why we crossed to the U.S. and get to camp about 2 hours earlier.
Yeah, we also weren't sure because we usually have the truck full of supplies for camp, and we weren't sure what both U.S. and Canadian Customs was going to think of me loading up my truck with a bunch of stuff that's from Canada and going to Canada through the U.S., but they don't seem to have any issue with it whatsoever.
They have more issues with do we have firearms or alcohol?
Firearms, food, goods.
Fruit, vegetables, yeah.
All right, question 2. Why New Brunswick? Why?
We get asked that question first from all our relatives, then from all our friends. What made you choose New Brunswick? And honestly, it didn't start out that way. It started out with Ontario. Of course, we want to, find a piece of property closer to home, closer to our family and friends. But they don't do recreational property the same way in Ontario. So we couldn't find a place that we could afford that wasn't 15 hours north in Ontario. So, and then you wouldn't necessarily be able to put our trailer on it for 6 months of the year. And there's just a lot of issues with Ontario. So we had done our 25th anniversary in Nova Scotia. So my next thing was to start looking at real estate in Nova Scotia because we really enjoyed that trip. And then eventually I found a couple properties in New Brunswick. It was even cheaper in New Brunswick. Nova Scotia got a little more popular and their prices went up. So New Brunswick was still inexpensive. And so I just started searching on the MLS, and I was able to find probably 3 to 5 properties worth looking at. So we came out, was it 2 years ago? About this time of year, and did some tours of the different places, and we chose the camp that we bought.
Question number 3, any regrets?
No real regrets. I think we were talking a lot on this drive. Obviously, we have 13, 14 hours to talk. And I would say that it's not a regret. I just think that we aren't able to do things as fast as we were hoping to do them. We only go for 2 weeks at a time because we do work full time, and we work while we're there remotely. So unfortunately, we really only get 2 days, the following weekend that we arrive, to work on camp. So we kind of thought we'd be farther along than we are. So I would say the regret is that hasn't gone as fast as we would like it to. And maybe the other small regret that we have every time we go down Camp Road is that it is so rough to get to camp. You don't think it's that much of a big deal, but
That also keeps neighbors away.
I guess
No one else wants to build there.
I guess there was like when we were first looking for property out here, the goal was to bring the trailer and be able to have the trailer on our property, and that's just never going to happen at this camp. The road is just too bad, and the steep driveway and stuff really would make it impossible for us to bring our trailer out there. So
Yes.
it kind of didn't meet that one criteria when we were house shopping. So that's probably the only regrets I have. But we still, like, we got up this morning at that awful hour, and we're still excited. Like, we were excited to come to camp. So I think as long as we're still excited about camp, that's a good thing. Yeah. We get lots of other questions too, but let's just keep it to those three, I think,
Three
for now.
today.
Yeah.
Yes. If there's anything you'd like to know, feel free to ask us in the comments.
We are currently at our last stop of the day. I don't know if you're able to hear this, it's loud here. But on this stop, we're gonna try and get fueled up, and we're gonna get our cans filled for camp. And we are currently at the Circle K. It's the one-stop shop here. What was that?
So there goes $100.
Figures as soon as I go in there, it got quieter, all the cars have all left, and I'm like, oh, I bet you I'll have to throw away that piece of filming I just did. It was so loud here.
Yeah, that's filming in public.
It smells really good in there. I don't know, it smells like bacon for some reason.
Boy.
Yeah, and there's some good looking pies, but I didn't buy any. All right,
You pull ahead, I gotta go in.
yep, I'll pull ahead, and you go in. Okay, and can you maybe grab a bag of ice and I'll make room for it?
Okay.
All right, cool.
Like that, 13 hours later, we're back in Canada. Just coming through St. Andrews and enjoying the views. Camp is an hour and 35 minutes from here.
And by the way, I still look no better. I look as bad as I did at 2 a.m. this morning, maybe a slight bit worse. And we have arrived at camp. So tired. Oh boy, it smells so good here. Oh my gosh, smell how strong the evergreen is. Oh my goodness, it smells so good. Sam's got a whole list of things he has to do to get camp going, but I'm just gonna take one quick view before I head in to help and start unpacking. I just have to come over here. Oh wow. How pretty. It's almost 7 o'clock, I think. Not sure. So we're gonna lose sunlight really fast, and I just wanted a quick peek before. I want to thank everybody for coming on this journey to camp with us, and we hope you enjoy it. It's not a long video, but certainly was a long drive. We'll see you soon.